guys, welcome back. Listen, words are hard. I fell down the stairs the other day, so I am definitely on painkillers. We're going with it. So, this is our Let's Talk About series. We are still in Axum. I think I just have one more video for Axum planned, which is actually Sims. But today, I toyed with what I was doing. Oh my gosh, listen. It's real sometimes, the painkiller brain fog. But I wanted to do obelisks. That is the one thing that Axum is really known about, and is the only reference I've ever heard of Axum, and I didn't even remember. It was a very brief reference in Bill Wirth's History of the World, I guess, which is one of my favorite videos on the planet. I actually am not allowed to watch it more than a couple times a year because it gets stuck in my head for weeks, and I'm insufferable. But Axum was very known for making these, I've seen stelae or steles, but basically obelisks over important tombs. These were their pyramid kind of things. The most famous one is, actually UNESCO Heritage Site at this point. Obviously mine's not as tall because Sims limitations. I didn't want to mess with the constraint, lot, limit nonsense. It's tall enough. But this particular one, they were almost like early skyscrapers in that they had false doors, false windows. That is, the Tomb of the False Door is very well known, but that's just what they did. They were, pretty prevalent throughout Axum from what I've seen. The most famous one, again, is Tomb of the Lost Door, the one that I'm basing this off of. Actually was looted by Italy, and then Ethiopia kept asking for it back. They didn't get it back. It was repatriated in 1947, but it also was just really complicated because it was so big to return it. They said they were going to return it again. Allegedly gave it to Rome because they realized how complicated it was going to be. That's controversial, but another time in 1974 they asked for it back, but they agreed to give it up in exchange for a hospital and their debts to be canceled. But then a regime fell and they asked for it again in 1997. They started to dismantle it in, looks like 2003, and then it was returned. But it was really complicated because this is a big chunkin' boy. This is 160 tons of stone. It had been damaged when it was in Italy because they used rods to kind of put it back together. They cut it in 3 pieces, and it got hit by lightning. So it had been damaged a lot, but it is now back where it belongs, rightfully so. They call it the Stele Park, Northern Stele Park. I don't know if that means there's a bunch more. Research on Axum has been very fulfilling, but also very frustrating because there's just not a lot out there. And it's so baffling to me because, this isn't archaeology you have to dig for. It is right there. These walls, these stelae, the stone thrones, they're all just out and about. They're right there. You can touch them. It's like being a Victorian and climbing the pyramids. But there just isn't a lot of research available. And then it's hard to trust some of it. It's hard to find images. That's why I haven't done the interiors yet. They did have a lot of contact with Rome, with China, they were a big trading city. So I actually have been going towards grave goods and what we're finding, but the things that they were buried with, of course, were not as extensive as, say, a pharaoh would have all of their worldly goods, but there's still some interesting things. So we'll see what I end up going with. I'm trying to make this low CC, so obviously I'm putting a bunch here because I wanted to. And more I'm learning more about climate. It was a bit more tropical than it is today. Although I've seen a lot of images of where it's green too, so I don't know. I chose the desert because I like the vibe, but This is also not the final neighborhood, this is the neighborhood I'm building in. What else have I learned? Oh, it was chosen as a UNESCO Heritage Site in 2008. That was the thing, but... no, there was something else. Oh, it's part of the Zamani project, where they are basically documenting cultural heritage sites and, like, 3D laser scanning them to create a historical record. And I think that that's fascinating. I've never really thought of that concept before. I mean, you see, like, online or virtual museums you can walk through and things of that nature, but, like, having the scans, especially with 3D printing, I just think a lot of interesting things could come about, because that's always been the problem with repatriation, and sometimes things are so awkward to get for a lot of people. Petra, huge example. Like, I could never go to Petra. Physically, I would not be able to do it, but I really would love to see it. So with 3D printing really becoming like, they're building buildings now. They're printing buildings. I wonder how that, and like 3D scanning these sites, is going to change the way people can interact with these buildings and sculptures. And, like, I know they do it a lot now with training historians and archaeologists and things. They make copies of these artifacts so you can touch them, you can feel them, you can learn kind of in 3D without having to worry about damaging something that's super old and super valuable. So I think it'd be really neat, honestly, if, you know, multiple museums, or like maybe UNESCO, open a couple of museums in a bunch of different countries with 3D printed objects of these really cool sites that people can't physically get to. You'll make money, people will go see it, if nothing else, because it's kind of weird and quirky and fun. I would go see a 3D printed Petra. 100%. I would dress like Indiana Jones, too. I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun learning. Again, frustrated, but, like, fascinated. The more I learn, the more I get angry of, like, if I search just ancient Rome, do you know how many images and archaeological digs and articles and groups cosplaying as Roman soldiers that I could find in like 10 minutes? So many. Axum? I don't even really know what they wore, because a lot of the images that you come up when you search it are definitely AI. There was one that I was like, oh, this might be maybe a 90s image, and then I was looking at it and I'm like, no, the horses pulling that carriage are definitely not pulling those carriages. Nope. So, although I will say a fun, interesting thing that happened in The Sims, while I was doing this, I'm like, well, they were really known for exporting like frankincense and stuff, and frankincense, historically speaking, many different eras, very, very important. Like, it was just a thing. It was a staple. It's mentioned in the Bible. Like, I thought there would be a frankincense CC tree somewhere. Nope. There is not one. Like, I wasn't even hoping for, like, a functional frankincense tree. I was just hoping that I could put them up to represent it, because, well, this neighborhood that I'm creating is not meant to be a faithful recreation of Axum. It's meant to be, like, Africa-based, and that was a huge export. Gold and frankincense. Huge. I'm not dealing with ivory. Ivory is upsetting. That doesn't exist in this little sim nation that I'm building. Or it does, but nobody is being mean to elephants. That said, there will be elephants, but we're not going to be harming the elephants. Although I do need to figure out how I'm going to plunk them down again. Try to be light on the CC, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I do. So that's basically the build. That's all that I've really learned so far about the stele and kind of what they're like. There's so many people, but like the main obelisk of Axum is the one that people know. And I think It's neat, and I would love to see it someday. I don't know if I physically can get there, but it would be cool. So on that note, thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really does help, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.